everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am so happy to be here today to talk about a topic that I find super interesting, and I've been noticing it more and more in our society and just generally looking in the past and whatnot. And that topic is, why are people as a society, as individuals, why are we so attracted to nature? Now, from going on hikes and voyages to the national parks, to just simply wanting an outdoor space maybe at your apartment with green grass and a tree, and us bringing plants into our living spaces and making, our spaces more colorful, more surrounded by nature. Whatever that is, I find that humans have an innate connection and a need to want to be near nature. And I was recently reading Jordan Peterson's 12 More Rules for Life book, and he mentioned how and compared nature to chaos and culture to order. And I'm thinking, as we develop as a civilization, we keep on becoming more civilized. And what does that really mean? I mean, yes, we have all these things at the touch of our, fingers. We have a phone. We're surrounded by all this infrastructure. But something that we're not as close to anymore is nature. And like as Jordan says, culture is order. And sometimes order gets a little boring. We've never wanted to do the same thing every day. Live in a white box and no color. You know what I mean? Like, whatever that order or whatever that form of order takes always gets boring, and we're always looking for challenges, for unknowns, whatever that form may be. And I think being out in nature, being outside in the elements, whether it's the cold, the sun, the wind, everything like that stimulates our senses, and it really turns our genes on, I think, and kind of that part of our brain that lived outside for so many thousands of years that really survived. I think our ancestors, that part of our brain is still there. So when we want to refresh and just take a step back from life, we all want to not everyone, but I love going camping. I love being out in the middle of the woods where you can't get cell service and it's just you and nature and the people around you. It's always funny when humans want to take a vacation. A lot of times I either go to their lake house, their cabin, go hiking, or if I have a, off day on a weekend, I want to spend it the whole day outside, out in nature. And I think it's because it gives us a sense of, relaxation on one hand, but it gives us a sense of chaos in a way that we don't get in our normal day-to-day lives. We're out there, we don't exactly know, if a bird's gonna fly next to us, if, the wind's gonna you know what I mean? It just excites you in a different way that normal day-to-day life doesn't. And something that also I wanted to touch on, if you guys follow Dr. Rhonda Patrick, she just put a study, and I'll link it down below. She posted it on her Instagram, and it was saying how humans prefer and actually work out better when they're working out around trees and natural surroundings instead of working out in a city. For example, if you go for a run outside on a state park, and you enjoy that, whatnot. And then if you run the same amount of distance in, a city setting on sidewalks surrounded by buildings and not much greenery, you actually enjoy it less. And correct me if I'm wrong, I'll have to look down below again at the link, but I think she said you actually work out a little bit better, that your body, turns itself on and works its muscles better, because I think naturally we just want to be outside. We just want to be in the elements a little bit. And that's not to say, and I want to make another video on this about how maybe we're over civilized. I don't necessarily think we're over civilized in some regards, but I think we are in other regards. I don't think we live as close to nature as God wanted us to, because we have so many things in our physiological makeup that really want to be outside, want to, be eating food that's coming from the ground that we're living on, to, be fostering animals and taking care of those animals while also making them resources for ourselves. I think a lot of times we're disconnected just from the true sources that inevitably create vitality for us. I think that's one of the reasons deep down in us where we do like being out in nature. We like marveling at things that are not created by us, but created by nature, created by God, that we know in the deepest cells of our whatever, that if we see a mountain or a stream, we know that we can't replicate that as much as humans try to. We just can't really create that in that type of setting and that type of beauty. It's just untouched in a way that's very native, I guess, or organic, you could say. And going back to why people love going out in nature for vacations, it's always funny. At home, we have running water, we have electricity, we have all these awesome inventions from society, which are modern marvels. You know, they should be revered as great, you know, technologies. But at the same time, when we want to relax, we go out in the woods. If you're going camping, you're going somewhere that doesn't have electricity usually, doesn't have water. You're kind of reverting to ways that we used to live maybe 300, 400 years ago. And I think for some people, and I think even if you don't necessarily like it, but if you went to go do that for a vacation or for a trip, you feel some type of rejuvenation in that way. There's something about using your hands to create something that you need to use. Also, you're out in the wild expanse, you have trees, you have whatever, you have to get wood from that, create a fire. You're more involved in the things that you actually need to survive, and then once you accomplish those things, you feel so much more grateful. Or if you're going for a hike, you're not just taking a car, 15 miles. You're walking there, you're getting there, you're enjoying every step. Maybe not every step, but you know what I mean? You're embracing the journey, and I think that's really powerful. And maybe why it's just as a society, we have to get closer to nature, realize that nature is something that shouldn't be looked down upon. I mean, we are a part of the natural land, the natural order of things, and I think it's silly sometimes to think that we're above that and we're such, high functioning creatures, which we are, but you know what I mean. We need to embrace it. We have to be a part of it more. And even if you live in the city, because cities are fun, there's many metropolises, things to do there, all that fun stuff. There's something to be said about the pull of just being in the natural land and feeling refreshed, relaxed, and also making sure that we're encountering that chaos in that type of way as well. So hope you guys just enjoyed this quick video. I thought it was an interesting topic. I've been seeing it a lot recently too. Maybe it's because the warm weather is coming up, but people just love being outside. People love going for walks, hikes, doing adventures. People pay and put so much effort into doing, long day hikes or, through hiking, or if people hike the Appalachian Trail or the North Pacific Crest Trail, I believe it is. But these are long journeys that it draws people. It draws thousands of people a year to do. And there's a reason why it's so popular amongst just the general population, because I think our psyche really craves that a lot of the time. So hope you guys enjoyed the video and have a great rest of your day. Thanks.